Manila is the capital of the Philippines and the nation's center of education, business, and transportation. Metro Manila is the most populous metropolitan region composing the city of Manila and surrounding cities like Makati, Mandaluyong, Muntinlupa, Parañaque, Pasay, Pasig, Quezon City and Taguig. The city present you Manila Travel Guide. Manila has a reputation as a congested, polluted concrete jungle, and is often overlooked as a mere stopover for travelers aiming to reach other Philippine provinces or islands. To an extent this reputation is deserved, but Manila is nevertheless rapidly developing and has its own rich history and experiences to offer. The city is sprawling, bustling, and culturally complicated, with a colorful multicultural heritage and varied nightlife. Manila is distributed into 16 territorial districts, which are all original towns except one, the Port Area District. Each district is distinguished through its history, culture and cuisine. Manila is crossed by 3 lines of the Strong Republic Transit System, SRTS, Metro Manila's partially integrated railway network. Metro Manila's main regional passenger train station is Chinatown in Tondo. From Chinatown Station, the Philippine National Railways, PNR, operates the Commuter Express, COMEX, also referred to as the SRTS Orange Line. 50 trains serve the commuter service daily, with the line crossing through Tondo, Sampaloc, Santa Mesa, Paco and San Andres before extending to Metro Manila. There is an interchange with the Yellow Line at Blumentritt Station, and with the Purple Line at Santa Mesa Station. Several city and provincial bus routes either cross through or terminate in Manila. Most buses which serve Manila proper will cross through the Luton Bus Terminal, which is conveniently located in front of the LRT1 Central Terminal Station. Routes include points in Metro Manila, Laguna, Cavite and Bulacan, and bus fares normally begin at 10. Manila city bus routes are not numbered. Manila is also served by several jeepney routes, some of which ply the routes previously served by Manila's pre-World War II tram system. Tricycles and pedicabs are, in the city of Manila, limited to short distances as it can access hard-to-reach areas. Tricycle and pedicab terminals are found throughout the city. In Ermita, Intramuros and Nondo, it is still possible to ride a calesa, or a traditional horse-drawn carriage. While no longer used as a meaningful form of transport by most locals, calesas are useful for navigating through narrow streets, similar to tricycles and pedicabs, as well as getting a feel of transport in colonial Manila. Fares are negotiated beforehand with the co-caro driver. For the attraction, there are many attractions for you to visit. Those are Rizal Park, Fort Santiago, Intramuros, the Manila Cathedral. Baywalk, south of the Luneta is the renovated Baywalk, a linear park adjacent to Manila Bay. Restaurants formerly on the actual Baywalk have been moved inwards to allow a clear view of Manila's legendary sunsets. Bonifacio Shrine, a shrine in honor of Andres Bonifacio, who was one of the Filipinos who struggled and fought for freedom for the country against the Spanish forces. Chinatown, Manila has one of the largest Chinatowns in the world, where one can find exotic Chinese goods and delicious cuisine. The area, however, is dirty and polluted, plus getting there can be a hassle given heavy traffic. Coconut Palace, a residence commissioned and built along the waterfront by First Lady Imelda Marcos for Pope John Paul II's visit to 1981. While open to the public at some point, it is currently, as of June 2011, occupied by the current Vice President and still open for public visits, by appointment by calling the office of the Vice President, leaving a return call number and waiting for a confirmation. Intramuros, at the northern end of the bay lies the remnants of the old-world Spanish settlement of Manila, Intramuros, Spanish for within the walls. Intramuros contains some of the city's most interesting museums, ruins and churches, including the Manila Cathedral, the most important church in the country. Mabini Shrine, Apolinario Mabini's former home. Mabini was a lawyer and fought for Philippine independence. During the American occupation, This home became the first intellectual headquarters of the First Philippine Republic. Malacanang Palace, Manila is the host of the official residence of the President of the Philippines. While heading your way here, you will see wonderful places. People can roam the garden afterwards. Manila Hotel, just outside Intramuros and on the edge of Manila Bay, is the beautiful and historic Manila Hotel, a legacy of the American colonial era and the place where General Douglas MacArthur made his home before World War II. Plaza San Luis, a commercial complex consisting 5 houses, Casa Manila, Casa Urdaneta, Casa Blanca, Los Hidalgos and El Hogar Filipino. Plaza San Luis showcases Filipino-Hispanic architecture. Other than souvenir shops, there is a museum in Casa Manila. Manila Metropolitan Theater, which was the historical building which built since 1931 and rebuilt in 1946 due to the damage of World War II. Manila has seen a drastic improvement in its museum offerings with the recent renovation of old favorites such as the National Museum of the Filipino People and the Ayala Museum. National Museum of the Philippines. The National Art Gallery. Museum of Philippine Political History. Metropolitan Museum of Manila. Bahay Hanoi, Museo Bombata, Rizal Park. Pago Park. Mahan Garden. Manila Zoo. Manila Ocean Park. Arosaras Forest Park, etc. The unit of currency is the peso. Public markets are one microcosm of Manila. Practically, Manilans from all walks of life come here to buy their everyday needs. They are as lively and colorful as any market in Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, or Vietnam. Generally, they are divided into wet and dry sections and another section for dining. Dining is very cheap and can be wholesomely hygienic. A very localized drinking experience in Manila are beer gardens, or beer houses as commonly called. They are scattered mostly around the working districts of Sampaloc, Santa Mesa, Quiapo and even the tourist belt areas of Ermita and Malate. You can sleep in a Manila hotel for as cheap as $500 per night if you wish. Don't expect many luxuries at this price though. Payphones are very common in the city center. The use of mobile phones is also very extensive. To use your mobile phone, it has to be at least a dual-band GSM phone. Globe and Smart are the Philippines' largest mobile carriers and they invite you to use them as a roaming partner. Inquire from your home carrier if they have Globe and Smart as a roaming partner. Here are some of the things you need to know before traveling to Manila. Manila is a city where one should exercise caution. As a slum haven, Manila is one of the most blighted cities in Asia, rivaling Calcutta, Bombay, and Dhaka. Sufficient to say that it is not convenient to wander around carefree, as one would encounter sidewalks fringed with makeshift shanties that lead to a sudden turn into a labyrinth of squatter neighborhoods. It is very scary, if not annoying, encountering lolling group of male adult and teenage bystanders, although nowadays, these areas are most likely manned by village watchmen and everyone is more than willing to help and interact with lost strangers. A popular scam as of recent days is for someone to approach you and pretend they recognize you. They will say they work at your hotel, such as room service or security, and that they know you from there. They then say it is their day off, and since they just happened to bump into you, they want to show you something nice that is nearby. They may be very convincing even to experienced travelers. It is always a scam. Another popular scam is for a con artist to befriend a tourist and offer to show them around, hang out, etc. After gaining the tourist's trust, the con artist then slips drugs into the tourist's food or drinks. The con artist then leads the drugged, groggy victim to an ATM and watches while she enters her PIN. The con artist is then free to withdraw all the money from the account. Get into a car or go anywhere with people only if you know them, even if they say that have helped you at the hotel on a previous occasion. Of course, if you ask them which hotel, they will not be able to answer. They are best fended off if you just ignore them. If they persist, say, "Are you going to leave me alone or should I call the police?" That makes them leave quickly. And please be sure to check the contact number of the embassy or police officer to ensure that you know exactly who to contact while you need them. Theft is common, especially pickpocketing. You should act cautiously as you would in any other poor country, especially considering if you do not look Filipino. Thieves and scam artists are likely to see you as an easy target. However, most travelers from other Asian nations, especially from Southeast Asia, should have no problem blending in with the crowd. Never wear valuable jewelry or anything else to broadcast your wealth. Displaying that expensive mobile phone or digital camera out in the open is also a good way to attract thieves.